Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Cass. Today we're doing a kind of a different video, more of a techie side. I know I get a lot of questions about how I edit my videos and pictures. That'll come a little bit later because it's a little bit more complex. But till then, I'm going to just show you guys how I pre-plan my outfits for LA. This actually came about because I was going to use Polvor or Polvor. If you know, you know. It was actually an app where they had just tons of clothing items and pictures and jewelry and stuff like that, and you could basically do what I did here, but it was easier to do because it was an app made for it. Well, I found out that they actually shut that app down. I decided I still wanted to kind of see what my outfits would look like, so I just went into Photoshop and did it myself. And I actually like this idea a lot better because I'm using the exact pieces that I have versus on Polvor. I would have been using, like, looking for items that look similar. Like I would have typed in plaid dress, plaid blazer dress, and found something similar but not the exact same. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how I got to this final form here. So the first thing we need to work on is actually starting a new document. So I'm going to show you guys how to get your artboards, because that's what these 4 boxes are called, like how I have outfit 1, outfit 2, outfit 3, outfit 4. And it makes it so much easier to kind of organize your thoughts. You can get rid of one, you can zoom in on one and just focus on one square. To start, guys, we're going to just go to File. I'm going to show you guys how to use the artboards. I am using Adobe Photoshop CC 2017. I'm not sure which Photoshop artboard started with and which ones if it's still currently on them, but I love this thing. So I just start with a custom 720 by 1280. And what I'm doing is just changing the orientation. So I normally have it here, so it would be a 1280 by 720, but I just changed the orientation to portrait. And then you just make sure that you click right here and make sure that the artboards are checked. I love to have a transparent background just because a lot of my stuff I can pull into my videos if I save it as a PNG file. So once you save it as a PNG file with a transparent background, you can put stuff into your video without the white background or without a background at all. So I would just like to start off that way. So this is essentially what the artboard looks like. If you want to add a new one, you just go to Layer New and Artboard. It's different from a layer. So this one, when you add the new one, it automatically has the white background on it. So if that's how you want to do it, that's awesome. But if you want to start off with a transparent background, I'd probably just copy and paste this one. Just duplicate the artboard and you can change the name. So if you want to continue having the transparent background, I just make a few copies of these. You can always edit the name this way, or you can edit it when you actually copy it just how it was before, like when you're duplicating something. So right here you can change the name as well. In order to duplicate the artboard, you'll just hit Control and right click, and then that's how you get those extra options. If you know that you need a transparent background, I would go ahead and just add a new layer. And we'll call this the white background. And I want this in Artboard 1. So the white background, I'm going to make sure I have that highlighted. What I'm going to do is use this rectangle tool right here. And I'm just going to fill this out like this. If you mess up with the dotted lines or whatever you're trying to do, you can always deselect it by hitting Command D. So from there, I'm going to take the paint bucket tool. I already have white as my main color down here. Looks a little bluish to me, but okay, there we go. You can switch between your 2 primary colors that you want to use, but I'm using white, so I'm going to just fill that in like that, and I'm going to hit Command D. So now I have my background layer, and I'm going to just add that to above the layer, and boom. Next thing to do is to actually pull your clothing pieces, jewelry, shoes, everything that you want to put on the artboard pertaining to your outfit. Sometimes I like to put a lippy just to be like, hey, we're going to wear red, or this definitely needs to be a nude. So it just depends on how I'm feeling. I'm going to use the regular selection tool. We're going to go to boohoo.com because that is where I got most of my clothing pieces. So here's my previous order. This is everything that I got for the trip. So I pretty much made a mood board or an artboard for every outfit except for this large grid oversized shirt. So I'm going to just click on that. Okay, so they don't still have it in the white. This is why if you know you're going to make a mood board, just go ahead and screenshot your pictures when you're buying something, because now the color that I need is out of stock, so they don't have it. But I'll show you what it looks like because I have mine screenshotted luckily already because I screenshotted it. So in order to screenshot on a Mac computer, you just hit Command Shift. You have two options. You can either hit Command Shift 3 and that'll just take a picture of the whole screen, or you can hit Command Shift 4. And I pretty much love this feature a lot better because you can actually cut out just what you need and not have the whole page. So I'm just going to highlight and section off right here. Boom. You can always just pull it into your actual Photoshop. So like, I'm going to scoop this over. You see it right here. These are my two screenshots. So I'm going to just pull this one. And you just kind of have to hold it over until... Alright. So I'm pulling that in. So that's what that looks like. So I'm going to just pull up my white shirt because it's actually what I own. And that's what I had in outfit 5 over here. So we're back onto the original one that I started on. I am actually going to click on it here. And I want to make it just a pinch bigger. So to make things bigger, I'm hitting Command T. I make sure that I put this little lock button because then I can just drag this way and extend, versus if I didn't have it, it would just stretch it one way, up or down. The bottom right here is actually stressing me out because you can see where the screenshot was. So I'm going to just get rid of that. So what I'm going to do to erase this little piece down here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer. I'm going to take the rectangle tool and I'm actually going to try to isolate just this piece right here, which is kind of hard because... Alright, that's good enough. So what the rectangle does is it allows you to just erase what's inside of that box and not anything outside of it. So I'm going to just grab my eraser. And as you can see, I'm going out and above, but it's just erasing what's in the rectangle. That's a great way to quickly erase what you need without doing too much. If it's very like simple and linear like how that one was. So with this outfit, I know I wanted to wear these thrifted black high-waisted jeans that I have. So this is where I will go into Google because I didn't actually buy these jeans on a website or at a store. I bought them, well, I bought them at a store, but I bought them at the thrift store. So I'll just type in vintage high-waisted jeans. Make sure I put black. Oh, it says high-waist signs. How did that happen? Okay. High-waisted jeans. So now the dilemma with Google is trying to find an actual stock image, like one that doesn't have the person's legs. So that's a little bit difficult. Maybe I just need to put black Levi's. Let's see how this looks. Okay, so this image is kind of like this, but these ones don't look like the ones that I have. Some like this are pretty cool too. So I like that Google, once you click on one image, it kind of gives you something similar. So these are a little bit gray toned, but they'll do. It's not too shabby. So what I'm going to do is, normally I would drag the picture into Photoshop, but for some reason this never really works for me. Okay, let's see if that works. It did it. Okay, sometimes it doesn't work. So if you're struggling with that feature, I would just control click and then save the image to my downloads, because then it'll save it right down here, which is where I have my downloads, so it'd be so much easier to pull it from here versus having to open a folder. And then I'll be able to drag it in that way as well, which it made it a lot bigger, so I'm going to start with this image and get rid of the other one. So I'm going to get rid of layer 4. So these are apparently ASOS jeans. So let me isolate this shirt and I'll show you guys how I get rid of the background on the pants. And I will... So unfortunately these artboards that I made before, I didn't use a transparent background, which would be quite helpful so I can show you. But what I'll show you here is I'm going to just use the magic selection tool. And since this is just plain black on a white background, I'm just going to select all the white. So just making sure that you have the actual layer that you're trying to get clean up selected. And then I just selected what I don't want. And you can actually just hit the delete button. Oh, you got to make it a smart object. So if that pops up, you just go to layer. And I rasterize the layer. And then you're able to delete the background. So now, if I was to have the shirt next to it, now you can see I'm moving the shirt around and all of that white is gone. So I'm going to just start off with everything kind of centered until I get all the pieces that I need. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger just so the actual waistline matches up with the shirt. But I'm probably not going to stack them on top of each other. Kind of like this, but I want to show you guys that I want it tucked in, so I think that's how I'm going to go for that one. And what I can do here is once I actually align the pants and the shirt the way that I want, I can cut the shirt using Photoshop so that way it looks like it's tucked in. So yeah, this kind of takes practice. If you see me speeding through and I seem like a pro, it's because I actually took classes on Photoshop and Final Cut Pro. Shout out to Mr. Dinsmore. Mr. Dins. I took a broadcast video production class for 3 years in high school, so I was trained on this stuff, and I love it. It's part of the reason I started a YouTube channel. I really didn't want to forget all of my skills just because I knew I wasn't going to go into broadcast video production, but it was a thought. I definitely still want to like end up like editing movies or something. That would be pretty cool. But that class was so pivotal in my life. I also took a healthcare class at the same time. It was like a, what's it called? Like a trade school, I guess, that they had through our high school. So I was able to take healthcare and broadcast video. So it was like a huge battle. I didn't know what I was going to go to school for. All right, so let me get rid of the jeans. So now I know exactly where I need to cut the shirt at. So I have that highlighted, so I'm going to just erase everything in here. And just make this a crop, basically. So that may be wrong, because like my sleeves are messed up. So I'm going to just hit Control-Z and hit Control-Option-Z until I get back everything. Control-Z alone will only take you back one way, and it won't continue to take you back. So you have to hit Command-Option-Z. So hit Command-Option-Z to go back and fix one mistake, but if you want to go back and fix a ton of stuff, then you have to go and hit Command-Option-Z. So let me zoom in and adjust my jeans, because these are a little low. Well, it's just so close to the sleeves. And sometimes to get like precise placement, it's better to just use your arrow keys. So I'm going to go back in with the actual, make sure I highlight the shirt, with my square rectangle tool. And I'll get rid of the jeans again. So I'm going to just erase all of this right here. And then go back in and erase all of this around it, because I don't need that either. And I'm just trying to make sure I don't cut the sleeves off this time. Okay. So boom. That's how I have that. I select both of these. And I'm hitting Command, so I'm able to drag both of them together. Sometimes I like to angle things. Sometimes I don't. We'll see how I'm feeling. For now, we'll just keep it centered. So I actually have this Selena-inspired belt. If you know, I thrifted it a while ago. So I had already found this picture on Google. And I definitely wanted to wear it like on the waist, kind of. So I already had that cut out. And then I also planned on wearing, let me find the shoe, not that one. Here we go. I wanted to wear this shoe right here, so I'm going to just duplicate that. Just cover the black chunky heel. And I'm actually going to just pull it up to outfit 5. So now I can close out outfit 2. We're back to outfit 5, and my shoe is there. It seems like a lot of tedious work, but once you're actually like not talking about it, not doing it, and you've done it a lot, it's a lot faster. Obviously, because I'm explaining, I'm taking my time, but it normally goes by quite quickly. So I know I wanted to wear those shoes with it. Very cute. And then I also have this belt as well, like I said before. It's just a matter of how I would like situate it. Maybe I put this up here. So I know I also wanted to do a red lip, and my current red lip that I own is by Juiva's Place, and it's called Afrique, and it is beautiful. And I know that one for sure is an outfit one, so here it is. I'm going to just duplicate that as well. So I'm going to just scroll upwards, and boom, add it to outfit 5, and that's how we have this girl here. So it ended up being that I didn't need to take out the white background in the actual first outfit, but for this one, we'll get rid of this white background here. Get rid of it here. We'll just deselect. So now we just have the actual lippy. So that's cool. It also adds a lot of color to the outfit itself, like the actual artboard, because with all this black and white, the artboard would have just looked kind of plain Jane, you know? So this is kind of what I have going on. So now it's more about placement for me. So as far as when I went on the trip, I only had my fanny. So that's the bag that I put in. I actually just Googled a leather fanny for this. And so that's how I got that one. I'm going to just delete the white background on here just for this video's purpose. But honestly, I could pop it down into this corner right here and not need to get rid of the background. You got to make sure you have the layer selected. That's why it's not coming up. Okay, so I'm deleting this, deleting that. And just making sure you find something on a white background is so much easier, because then you're able to really isolate it a lot faster. Versus if you get something like on a colorful background, it'll just be a mess, basically. So I'm going to just rotate this just so it looks a little bit cooler, kind of. So I think I'm going to pull this up here and bring the belt down here. I think I want to essentially pull the whole outfit over and make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go back here and select the two, and then I'm going to pull them this way. I'm also going to extend both of them. We'll make it a little bit bigger. So I just hit Command T while they were both still selected. And I know the jeans kind of look weird on top, but it doesn't bother me. This is just a general, so I could like see it and be like, oh yeah, this is going to work. So probably going to make this baby small. And then shrink this down a little bit just so it's lined up kind of with it. Okay. I think I'll put that there. And then I'll rotate the fanny back to how it was before. Ooh, that didn't work. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think this will be cute. So I'm going to resize the fanny. So I'm kind of going to use the lipstick kind of as a separator, so it'll kind of be centered. And then I'm going to just align all of my accessories over here. Oh, this is cute. I like this. So guys, this is such a cool way to just kind of organize your closet. If you're like me and you are really good at putting outfits together, but maybe you're not going out as much, but you just kind of want to know what's in your closet, this is a great way. So with these art boards, now I already have quite a few outfits planned. So if I know I want to do something and wear something cute, I can just pull up my art boards. So yeah, I really like it. It's pretty basic, but it's cute. So you just go to File and Save As. Currently this is saved as a Photoshop document, but you want to make sure you always have a PSD of something if you know you want to go back in. So I like the settings in this, so I could always save it as another, like, go into a different place, outfit planning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I'm changing the format to JPEG, and I'll just call this one Final for now. So We're saving, we're saving. And as you can see how it's saving it right here, it's merging the layers. Alright guys, so this is what the final picture looks like. You can save them individually, of course, but since it spaces it out, what I did was just send this to myself on my phone. And I just cropped it. I'm hoping to be able to do this with basically every outfit in my closet. And just basically start planning outfits so I know what I have and know what I could wear. You guys have an awesome day. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.